Hello, everyone. Trust that you're all doing well today. So, this young lady that I will be introducing to you, her name is Sudeen, and so she will be sharing about her faith. She's also very dear to my heart. So, if you are struggling today with your faith, with your finances, or even your health, be encouraged by her testimony as she share how God came through for her. So be blessed, stay safe, and remember, God loves you. This is your year of greatness. Blessings.
Hi everyone, my name is Sadine Davis and just want to share with you briefly about my faith. I was born in Jamaica. I grew up as a church kid. I did everything that a typical church kid did. I was in church every Sunday. I got baptized at 9 years old because it just felt right. I didn't know anything else. That's where I was comfortable. That was what I was used to. And so I got baptized and everything went well. Everything was going good. I was, still very active in my church. And, sometimes as church kids, we tend to, people hold us to a higher standard as well as we ourselves. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. So, much like most teenagers, I did have a stage where I got very rebellious, because I was now exposed to different things. I wasn't just seeing Christian people, I was also seeing people in the world too. And so the curious mind of a teenager, I kind of wanted to know what was happening on the other side. And so I had my time where I was lukewarm. I was halfway in, halfway out, probably not doing the same things they were doing, but in my mind I was fighting a spiritual battle. But because I don't know anything else, I only know the church. I know that the church is my home, so it doesn't matter what normally pulls me, I always end up back at the very same place. The worst thing that I could think of right now is in 2017, I traveled to the US to work so I could fund to myself for school. And I was away that entire summer, worked a lot of money, saving for school. And I came back to Jamaica, went back to Jamaica, and I wasn't there for a week when all my troubles just started. So I was getting ill and more ill and more ill. All the money that we had saved, I worked so hard and saved to finish college, go into my third year in college. It was just going into doctor bills. And so we spent maybe about 5 to 6 months not knowing what was wrong with me, until I was diagnosed with polyps on my ovaries, as well as I was diagnosed with a microadenoma, a tumor in my brain. And it caused a lot of hormones to kind of spike within my body. And I even did a minor surgery to try to remove the polyps. But even though we did that, I was still sick. All my money, I would work, and every dollar that I made, it just went into sickness and sickness. We prayed and I lost my faith. I genuinely just lost my faith. I kind of gave up. My mom is a prayer warrior. My second mom, she's a prayer warrior as well. And so they prayed me up and helped me to lift my faith to God. And we went through 3 years of just praying. And in 2020, I migrated to Canada. And bearing in mind, I was still very sick. I was just always getting sick back in Jamaica. Terrible headaches. I would have headaches for 4 weeks on end. And I migrated to Canada in 2020. And we realized that when I got here, I didn't have like any of those pain or anything like that. It was just mind blowing. And so I started to go into the doctors here, and much like when you go to a new doctor, they order you to do tests. And so I brought my test results that I had from Jamaica with me and gave it to the doctors here. So they had something to compare, so they know about my tumor as well as the other stuff I was diagnosed with. And I was even anemic. Like there was just a whole bunch of illnesses that it was like a domino effect. One thing triggered the next. And I did all my tests here and got the results, went back to the doctor. And when I went to the doctor says, so you're positive you had a tumor? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Like, I've been under tumor medications for years. I know I have a tumor because I get really bad headaches. And I remember a doctor told me that they could remove the tumor from my brain for $1.5 million. But the surgery would have been 70-30. There's a 30% chance of me coming out of that surgery alive and well. But there was a 70% chance that the odds would be in my favor. And so the doctor was like, well, Miss Davis, you have no tumor. Like, I can't find anything wrong with you. And they took all my test results and there was nothing. And all I could do was cry because this was nobody but God. Like, nobody. It wasn't like a medical malpractice or anything, because the proof was there to say that I did have a tumor, and it grew in size an inch the last time I did it, and so that was kind of causing a little bit of worry. But now I am completely tumor free. And who could it be but God? Like, even when I doubted him, he still came through for me. And even to this day, I'm just a walking testimony, because I came to Canada and I wasn't able to go to school for a year because of the whole the COVID situation that was here. So I had to be here for a year. I wasn't working. And I remember wondering, how would my school fee come about? My mom got sick in Jamaica, and so there was just a whole lot going on. And in spite of everything that was going on, I just trusted God. I didn't know where the first cent was coming from for me to go to school. I don't know. And the time was getting closer for me to go to school, and I still did not know where it was coming from. But I believe, because God says he'll never leave us nor forsake us, and the righteous will never be seen begging for bread. And so I just trusted him. And now I'm in my second semester in school. My school fee for the year is paid for. Who could it be but God? And I just want to use this opportunity to encourage somebody out there. You may feel like you're at rope's end. You may feel as if there's no need for you to go on, especially with all that's going on in this world. But what you need to know is that we all have a friend in Jesus. Yes, we have earthly friends, and it's wonderful, it's dandy. But the one true friend is God, and he will continue to hold on to us even in the darkest hour. There's a song that says, in the valley, he restores our soul. And I believe that because he restored my soul. I'm a living testimony. I'm a walking testimony that God is real, that Jesus is real. And you should have faith in him. You should have trust in him, because he will never, ever, ever leave you. He will never forsake you. And hey, he called on us young people. I'm 23 years old, and I'm happy to say I am sold out entirely for God. Sold out entirely. No turning back, no hopscotch, no lukewarm. My focus is just God. So I just pray that God will continue to be with all those who are listening to this. I pray that he will continue to light your path. And God bless you.